Hi, can you hear me?
Hello, ma'am. Yes, good morning.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sidra and I'm one of the trainers from English Shari. So, firstly, how are you?
I'm good, ma'am. I'm good. And yes, I have watched your videos on YouTube. So, yes,
Okay,
I have seen. Yeah, ma'am.
all right. So, I think we are meeting for the very first time. Would you like to please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I'm Sufi and speaking to you from Jharkhand. Currently, I'm pursuing graduation. I'm in last year,
Mm-hmm.
and my hobbies are interacting with various individuals and learning new things. Yeah, so that's all about me.
Okay, all right. So, since you mentioned that your hobby is learning new things, I'm quite intrigued to know what kind of new things you like to learn on a regular basis. If you ask me, what is that new thing I would like to learn on a regular basis? I try reading new books that are coming in the market, fictional books, non-fiction books. I think I'm really fond of it. So, what is your idea of learning new things, sir?
Well, same, ma'am. I always try to bring new books, new chapter. I always
Oh,
try
that's
to read new
amazing.
chapter. I have a lot of non-fiction book, so I read that book. Yeah.
All right. So I can totally relate with you in terms of non-fiction, but I'm really fond of fiction as well. It keeps me hooked till the end and just to know and understand the plot. So, what are some of the books you have read so far and you would like to suggest? Yeah.
Well, so far I have read 4 to 5 books like Build, Don't Talk. It's all like self-help book, life's amazing secrets, beauty of purpose in life, meaningful life. So these are the books I
Hmm.
have read, ma'am.
So, any lesson you would like to share that you really learned from all of these books?
Well, so many things. Okay, when it comes to life's amazing secrets, it's all about how can we balance our life. So
Okay.
it's like, yeah, writer has mentioned 4 things. Like it's like um, four wheels of car. So how
Mhm.
do we drive? Like we have to balance 4 wheels, right? So in the same way,
Hmm.
we have to balance our life, like work life, personal life, professional life, or social life.
Hmm.
So if anyone will
What you
be,
mean is a
uh,
balance required in life, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. So we usually discuss certain kind of topics in the sessions. So how many sessions you have taken here on English Shari, and how has been your experience so far on the platform?
Well, so far my experience is incredible, ma'am, and so far I have taken 2 or 3 sessions. Yeah, 2 or 3
Okay.
sessions. Yeah.
All right.
Well, well, ma'am, would you mind if I ask some questions? Like I have written it.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay. Well, ma'am, sometimes we struggle in structuring our thoughts. Like, how can we compile our thoughts? Um,
Hmm.
could you elaborate it?
Could you relate it? That's what you are asking.
Could you
I think I
elaborate
missed.
it? I said.
Okay, I missed some of the points that you. Okay. All right. I think we actually face difficulty while structuring our sentences most of the time when we don't have the proactive approach on whatever topic we would like to talk about. So I think to just build up my capacity of being very proactive and confident to share my opinions, I just tried. I whatever content I consume, I just try to give summary of that content so that I have my own perspective and opinions regarding certain things. So it's really important to have our own perspectives and opinions related to any topic. That's the only we can just proactively sit in a group and just effectively share our opinions about certain these things. Right?
Okay, so we can like after consuming content, we can
Give
elaborate
our
it in our
idea.
own words.
Yeah, we can give our idea of that content. We can just convert it into our understanding. Like if we were on that place, or if we I have to put myself in the shoes of that speaker, what could have been the point that I've opted for example, what are the positive points from that particular content, or some negative points. So that way I think we can structure ourselves better, and there's an approach to be a bit more cohesive and streamlined while we are talking on any topic, that we can always divide our discussion in three parts, which is introduction, body, and conclusion. That way, we have a really streamlined approach. We give a small understanding of what actually the topic is all about, or any discussion topic, any discussion thing, and discussion line over there. Then the body actually comes with our own personal perspective and opinions that we have gained so far in life. So that's what we talk initially over there. And lastly, this conclusion. So in a nutshell, describing things is a really important part. And that way your whole explanation becomes streamlined. So conclusion, I believe, is really important about any topic you are talking about. And it goes with your introduction as well. So we should just conclude it so that it doesn't feel like we are abruptly ending something and the person feel stuck that what I have to just stay in reply to that person. So that's my understanding over here.
Okay, so ma'am, first we have to talk about intro, and then body. We have to give our own perspectives, and then we have to conclude it. We have to conclude the topic, right? So that's how we can structure our thoughts, right?
Yeah, of course. You can just use certain kind of sentence starters that are going to give the head start to your answer. For example, if somebody is asking your opinions related to something, you can always say, according to my perspective, as far as I'm concerned, to begin with, what I believe, what I think. Or if you're very sure about something, just go ahead and say, I'm very convinced about the fact, or in this time and age. So when we use these sentence starters, they're just applicable for any of the topic that is being assigned or that is being actually just discussed among people. So we can that is going to give us a head start to any topic we are talking about, and it just will act in a way that we are towards advanced level of speaking as well. So we can use those sentence starters, and again, when we are at some concluding point, we can just obviously use in a nutshell or to describe in a bird's eye view. I would like to conclude by saying. So these are some of the sentences that we can just pick up and use. So that way we can streamline.
Okay, ma'am. So we can use a starter first, like as far as
Hmm.
I am concerned, or in my opinion. Well,
Hmm.
ma'am, how can I conclude it, like in a nutshell, or like, could you tell me more?
Conclusion
How
is
can
like
I
more or less
conclude?
giving the moral of the whole concept that you have explained. Like for example, you
Yeah.
have just given your ideas. Now it's up to other person that you are going to accept it or not, or you're going to follow it or not. For example, you were talking about social media. Let's say the topic was social media. So you can in the end say that in the end, I think social media is a great platform so as to understand what things are going around, but we should use it mindfully. So just a moral kind of thing we need to include so that people just get a hang of what how we are going to conclude it. So I would like to conclude by saying social media is a great platform, but in the end, we should use it mindfully, right?
Okay, ma'am. So it should be like a moral,
It should be
right?
like a
Like,
moral or a conclude. I mean, yeah, or it should be like a gist of what you have spoken.
okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you for answering this question. Ma'am, how
Yeah,
can
this
we
is
inform?
purely my perspective. So everybody will be having different kind of perspective to share their opinion. But that's something I have gained or I have just understood from my experience. That's what it is.
Okay, it was nice, ma'am. I got it. Like, I can use starter, and for elaborating things, I can follow this technique like intro, body, and conclusion. And how can I
Mm.
conclude it? I got to know about it, and yeah. So thank you for answering this question. Um, ma'am, like, I have some of my friends, so they are like beginner, and they are not able to even frame the sentences, and
Mhm.
they are in teaching field, so they ask me that from where should I start. There are so many things to learn, so how should I start, like from where should I start? It's so confused.
I think at this point of time, we cannot just go into nitty gritties of grammar, learning each and everything. And being confident is also really important. You must have seen there are a lot of people from like even native speakers, they are not very apt with their grammatical skills. They make grammatical mistakes. But
Yeah.
the thing is, they are very comfortable with the language. So you need to just build comfort with this language so that you can effectively communicate. So the more we will breathe, the more slowly we'll go ahead and just relate ourselves continuously with this language. And this is the best thing I've noticed in your communication. I couldn't stop myself saying it that you are very enthusiastic and energetic for this language, and it just is reflecting the way you are communicating. So we need to be happy throughout, and I think when we enjoy the process, we learn faster. somewhere we have to start. But if we will be enjoying this process, that way we'll be able to just reduce the time for, like, if it is going to take around 2 months, it's I think it's probably going to take 1.5 month if you're just enjoying the process, and you will, that time will go away in a blink of eye because you're enjoying it, right?
Yeah, exactly, ma'am. When we enjoy, we forget about like what do I have to do, what not to do. Like we don't take a
Yeah,
stress. Like,
time flies
yeah,
away when we enjoy certain things.
yeah, exactly, ma'am. So they always like, should I learn grammar or not? So what should I suggest? Like, I,
I don't
ma'am, generally,
personally suggest learning grammar because I think that's for kids majorly. I mean, it's purely my perspective over here. Where we can learn the art of framing sentences is like that I majorly suggest to read loudly. When we read loudly, we just work on multiple things like building up comfort level with the language, improving our lexical resources, meaning pronunciation and everything, voice clarity, which again is an effective part of the communication. We build up our intonation, the way we are going to modulate our voice, putting emphasis on certain things that we want people to notice about us, or about our class. For example, we have to talk about some of our great skills. So, or we have to talk about our years of experience. So we can just emphasize it a bit like, I have around 2 years of experience in this field. So that way we can just, we are going to learn multiple things from reading. So I think reading really helps, and you get to understand the art of framing sentences. You can learn grammar like collectively when you will read. So I think that's what I majorly suggest. And we have to be mindful of certain things like taking a smaller pause and comma, longer pause and full stop. We will read it and see. We will see it and read it, and then what we have to do is we have to practice it. So all should take pauses after speaking one sentence so that the person who is listening to us, they can digest what we are saying, and they will also be interested and invested in what actually we are trying to talk to them, rather than just superficially listening to us.
exactly, ma'am. So reading helps a lot. We can read. So by reading, we can know, we can learn how can we frame sentences, and where do we have to take pause, and we have to read aloud, right?
Aloud, and you can just the thing is, read less, understand more, not like reading more and understanding less. So that's the one thing. What people do is like they read a lot of pages. No, I think we can just read just 1 or 2 page and try to understand it completely. If we haven't understood for the first time, just read it again. I think I myself also do it. If I haven't understood anything from that, I just go ahead and read it another time. That helps me to grasp some of the sentences that I can use in my general communication as well. And that's what we are just trying to do. Like while we read, we come across multiple words. So what we can do is we can just try framing sentences from these words as to how I am going to use it. So I'm reading, suppose, so I just came across this word called tonight. So then and there I'll try framing sentence as to how I can use it in my communication. Like, tonight I'll be just completing all of my pending tasks. That way we get to just use all of these words regularly, and these words stay in our active memory. So majorly we know a lot of
Mhm.
vocabulary, but we see it other people speaking to us and understand it, but we don't speak it regularly. So it's because of the lack of usage of these words.
Mhm.
So I have learned or I have read a page today. I have read a page today, sorry, and I came across 3 to 4 words. So I'll make sure that I'll be using it in my communication in forthcoming time. So that's something is going to really help in that way, so as to enhance your vocabulary.
Okay, yeah, I was just about to ask, ma'am, like when we read, we don't know some vocabulary. So how can we
Yeah.
like learn it? You answered already. Like we can just frame sentences out of those words, and and that's how it will be registered in our mind. Like,
Correct. And if at that moment you're not understanding or realizing how to use it, we have multiple resources like Chat GPT. You can ask Chat GPT to give you sentences in different tenses from the same word, or you can ask like how I can use it in my general
mhm,
communication. Just simply and so frame one sentence of yours. Let's suppose there was this word. There's this word called elated. So elated means happy. So you can just, I
happy.
am very elated because my sister achieved great marks in the examination. So this is one sentence you have framed. Ask Chat GPT to give a better version of this sentence. So that way you will be able to just see the difference between the sentence structure as well. And We can have multiple
Okay.
techniques, but it's all about consistency. I'm just putting some efforts today,
Exactly.
and for 4 days I'm not doing anything. So that something hampers
Yeah, so
our
true.
efforts.
Hmm.
It's similar to going school and gaining education.
Yeah, exactly, ma'am. We have to maintain consistency. Like when we don't understand, when we are not able to frame this, we live in middle and we think that
Yeah,
when will I get the result? I'm not improving, but consistency matters a lot. Yeah.
yeah. If any time,
So
any point of the time you see a word, just make sure that you will find the meaning and try framing sentences. That's when your vocabulary will improve.
yeah, exactly, ma'am. About chat GPT, I had no idea. Now I'll try this method. Like,
Please
how can
do,
I
please
do?
do. You are the youth of the country. You should be aware. Like it's going to solve half of your problems. Like if you're working professional as well, so it's going to help you in multiple domains. I think we are not just cheating from there. We can obviously add our perspective and opinions, but we need to just go
Exactly.
hand in hand. See, we are doing a lot of hard work and other person is just doing works through chat gpt, so the person is going to prefer that person. So we can move hand in hand with technology rather than competing with technology. That's the case, sir.
Exactly, ma'am. So yeah, we can take benefits of technology. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
already existing things.
well, ma'am, somebody has a fear of speaking English. So how one
Hmm.
can overcome fear of speaking English? Even though
It's
they
a
are good at it, they know grammar and all, but while speaking, they have a kind of fear they can't pick. Yeah. So that's the problem.
I think in that case again they have to try speaking a lot. For I think not speaking a lot, again consistency is required over here. So what you can do is, if you're just afraid to share your opinions, you can just to yourself initially for 1 minute tell what you are going to do throughout the day. So this is going to give you a head start for the day, or for your communication as well, and in tenses terms as well. So for 1 or 2 minutes you will be telling yourself what you are going to do throughout the day, and in the evening what you have done so far. So that way your confidence will improve with this language, and you will feel the urge to just talk to people. See, if we are learning something and building up a new skill, we always have that curiosity to share it with other person. So it is a gradual process again, and you will feel the urge to talk to people and share it with, if you're just regularly trying to do something from your end. Like
Okay,
if
ma'am.
I take my example, I read kind of books or certain things, I always feel the urge to share it with anyone I have around me. So when we gain certain kind of knowledge, we feel the urge to share it.
Okay, so we can whatever the things we learn, we can share with other people, and that's how we will gain the
Correct.
confidence.
Correct.
Okay,
And confidence again, you
exciting.
can see, something is it takes time. I think with confidence it's not really a matter of days or something. I think confidence
Exactly,
it's
ma'am.
really take time to
So,
build up confidence. But we should feel empowered, and the more we will breathe while we are communicating, the more pauses we will take, we will be able to effectively communicate. So initially everybody face issues. So everybody has good days and bad days. Even I have my good days and bad days when I feel that I have not interacted very properly with my learners, or anyone with whom I'm interacting on a regular basis. So I also have my good days and bad days, and everybody does have their good and bad days. So I think confidence comes over there.
hmm. It comes with practice, right, ma'am? Like, yeah, over the time it will come by practice, by practicing.
Correct. Correct.
Well, now that's end of my
Correct.
question. I don't have question, ma'am. Thank you so much for answering all of my questions.
Yeah.
Well,
No
ma'am,
issues.
you have
All right. Mm-hmm.
your MBA,
I
right?
think there's a bit of
I have
voice
heard some
latency.
of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
breaking
I
in
feel,
between.
yeah, your voice is breaking a lot. I think there's a bit of voice latency. You're speaking it and I'm hearing it after some time.
Can I rejoin, ma'am?
Yeah, of course.
Hello, am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah, you are audible.
Now is it okay or it's same?
The issue persists, but no issues.
It's okay. When you'll speak, I'll mute myself. Okay, ma'am? That maybe
No, no, I've already spoken. What I was trying to say is the issue persists, but no issues. Let's continue.
done your MBA, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yes.
um, like, what are the opportunities we get after doing MBA?
I think there is no specificity in getting opportunities. Like you can get opportunities if you have done something else as well. The thing you need to have is like being proactive in sharing everything, and being active is really important. So I think MBA is not something that is taking you towards success. If you have good communication skills, if you actively try to communicate with people, and you are detail oriented, these are the things actually they are going to take you towards success. So multiple opportunities arise in terms of getting jobs in like HR department or project management. So I majorly work in an organization where I handle the project management activities of their green skills vertical. So that's what I do. But you will have immense opportunities if you are confident. So that's the key to get opportunities.
Mm, exactly, ma'am. Exactly. Like when we are less confident, no one like hires. In every field, I think confidence matters a lot.
Yeah. And when you
So
interact with
yeah, like
different people on a regular basis, you gain confidence.
yeah, like in initial stage, yes, we have lot of insecurity. Like we feel underconfident, but yes,
Mhm.
over the time we improve. Yeah. Well,
Correct.
ma'am, I like. Do you have idea about IELTS? IELTS.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I haven't ever tried appearing for the examination, but I just am looking forward to appear for the examination sometime. So I think, but it's actually is a mixture of four things: reading, listening, writing, and speaking. So in speaking,
Mhm.
actually, they just talk about yourself. Firstly, you have to talk, and then on cue card, they'll give you some topic, and then you have to discuss about that topic. So these are the things that happen. And similarly, in the writing and listening section, they'll just giving a video, and you have to answer certain questions related to that. Again,
Well, ma'am, I am about to appear and
mhm,
I am preparing for it, like IELTS, and
mm,
I am confused, like which one should I appear, like academic or general? I have gone through some videos that those who want to work, they go for general, and those who want to
yeah.
study abroad, so they go for academic. I'm a bit confused. I
Majorly,
want to
I've
work
heard
as an
people
on
say taking general one. I think I'm not really sure and not even the right person to answer this question, but I've interacted with some of the people. They just talk about taking the general test. So I think I'm aware about this only. Rest all, just take confirmation from anyone who is an expert in this field.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Okay, no issue.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I'm preparing for it,
So
so
you
that's
want
why
to
I
opt
asked.
for future education outside.
Well,
You
ma'am,
want to
I
opt
want to
for
work as
education.
a tutor. Like I want to work as a
I,
tutor. So if I want to work on any organization, first I have to submit some certificate, mm,
hmm.
and then after that they'll hire. So some tutors
Based on your
suggested
soft
me
skills
that
as
if you
well,
go
they
for
can select
IELTS,
you. Hmm.
sorry, ma'am,
What I was trying to
sorry,
say is
what did
that yeah, it's good. It's good to have just achieve your
certificate?
band number in this exam. But apart from this, if you have soft skills, and then also you can get selected based on your interviews and everything. But yeah, I think it's good to always be on safer side and just try appearing for certain of the kind of these examinations.
Yeah,
I think your
exactly, ma'am.
screen is stuck
Um,
at the moment.
I asked like it's blur. I'm facing network issue, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
you were saying something?
when will our session? Well, ma'am, I want. I want to work as an online tutor. So I shared with some of the tutor at English Ari. So they suggested
Mhm.
me that first you should go for IELTS, then join any organization. They'll give you more
Mhm.
priority, and that's how you can work. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why.
I think that's the case. Yeah, yeah. Please go for it and just try for the general one. I mean, in that case, if you want to, just work as a tutor, and yeah, I think it's going to help. But it's more or less about gaining skills as well that you will be teaching to other people, right?
Exactly, ma'am. So teaching skills matters a lot. Like how can I manage a session? So these kinds of things matters a lot.
Hmm.
When will our like I can't see a timing, ma'am. Like I'm a bit confused. Shall I ask the question or not? When will our session end? So that's why I'm a bit confused.
Yeah, I think I have a hard stop over here, so it has already ended a minute ago. But no issues. If you have any
Oh,
questions,
sorry,
you can
ma'am.
ask.
Sorry.